this man plays Jim Gordon on Gotham, which premiered last night, season 2 on Fox at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch it every Monday night. And follow him on Twitter at Ben_McKenzie as well. Welcome back to the program, Ben McKenzie. How are you, man?
I'm well, Rich.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So, what do you want to talk about first? Texas Longhorns?
Let's get the Longhorns out of the way.
Okay.
And I mean that. I'm wearing my burnt orange socks, by the way. That wasn't even planned.
I do like that. You're rocking the burnt orange socks.
I literally didn't even.
So you're from the Austin area, right?
Yeah,
born and
absolutely.
raised. Okay.
Went there through high school.
Okay.
And I have some pretty deep ties to the University of Texas. My grandfather started the communications department there. My dad taught law school there and got his law degree from the University of Texas.
Sure.
Anyway, big Longhorn fan. So we were recapping it earlier off screen. We have changed quarterbacks.
Yes.
We have changed offensive coordinators.
Yes.
And we have fired our athletic director. I think for 3 weeks into the season, things are going well. Things are going pretty well.
So that's a trifecta you don't really see 3 weeks into the season.
Oh, gosh. And I forgot to mention, we lost by missing a PAT.
Yes, an extra point with a minute and 11 left. But you couldn't. Let's put the silver lining on this burnt orange cloud.
Please
Okay,
do.
let's do that. You could not have missed the extra point to tie the game with a minute and 11 left had the quarterback that has been the replacement, if you will, Gerard Hurd, not been as great as he. I mean, he appears to be what we would call the real deal. He is.
He's a great athlete, and it was interesting when he was recruited. He was very highly touted. It was sort of assumed that he'd get more of a crack at it earlier on, but I guess it's actually really quick. He just he redshirted last year, I think. So anyway, yeah, it's great. You put lipstick on that pig real nicely.
This is what I do for a living, or attempt to do for a living. But I mean, and your coach Charlie Strong.
Yes.
You know. The head football coaches around the league, I guess the nation, asked by ESPN who's the coach that you want backing you up in a brawl more, and Charlie won that.
Coach Strong, coming in strong.
He did.
And I agree with them. He's a hell of a football coach. I would also like to have him on my side in a brawl.
Yeah, to have your back.
He's a tough guy.
Certainly if you're in Gotham and you've got supervillains coming at you, maybe Charlie Strong can help you on that front.
I have to thank you. After hearing about the fact that I'm a Longhorn fan, he sent me a bunch of stuff, signed a hat for me. I'm a huge, none of my criticism of the program, which isn't even criticism, I'm just pointing out facts.
You're just disappointed, that's all. It's okay.
No, but I love him, and I love the way the program's moving, and Gerard Hurd is going to be a great quarterback, and we're going to win games. We're going to make PATs. We're going to win games. It's going to happen.
We're going to make extra points.
Always.
We're going to win football games.
That's right.
That's normally not the speech you hear.
No.
But you got to hold on to what you can. Ben McKenzie here on the Rich Eisen Show. Gotham premiering season 2 last night on Fox at 8 Eastern Time. So with your Los Angeles ties now, being out here, you're a Dodger fan.
Big Dodger fan.
Okay, what do you think about, there's Greinke.
Yep.
There's Kershaw.
And then there's...
Right. What do you think about their chances moving on in the playoffs?
I mean, you have two incredible... the 1-2 punch is very, very, very strong. It is unbelievably, historically strong, you might argue. I mean, Kershaw's really coming on in the second half of the season. Not that he was not pitching well before. So, look, if you have those two starters and you can rest them in a playoff situation, I think, I give us pretty good odds. I mean, the Cardinals are amazing. We'll play the Mets in the
Looks
first
like
round,
play the
probably,
Mets.
which is great because I can go to a game when I'm shooting in Gotham in New York. What do you think?
What do
I think we got a better than 50-50 shot of getting out of the first round.
I'm concerned about your hitting. That's what I'm concerned about. Certainly if you take on the Mets with all those young pitchers. And I am concerned about, Puig can't stay healthy. I don't even know if he's going to be ready. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be ready to roll. I just don't know who is going to be hitting the ball consistently, with power, moving people around, scoring runs.
Apparently Gonzalez is out tonight.
Well, I mean, that may be for just right now.
I hope so.
I don't know. Maybe
he's the only guy that's...
maybe the championship Phillies of 2007 can actually help you out right here with Utley and Rollins.
Absolutely. Well, although Seager is playing out of his mind. That's going to be interesting when Rollins comes back.
Right, exactly.
I mean, Seager is really playing well. I don't know. We need hitting. You're absolutely right. It's odd that I think everybody assumed the hitting was going to be the strength on the club, or at least certainly not a weakness. And then all of a sudden, due to injuries and bizarre sort of abnormalities and people are just all of a sudden not hitting like Puig.
I'm a native New Yorker, so Mattingly is my guy growing up. So I've got a real soft spot for him, you know, and Don Mattingly, and rooting for him and hoping that he does well, you know.
I have the same feeling. I mean, I'm not a native New Yorker, but he seems like a very good spirit, good soul, and he does a good job of managing a clubhouse that I'm sure has a lot of personalities.
Ben McKenzie is here on the Rich Eisen Show. What was the Emmy night? We saw you presenting on Sunday night.
Presented a guest actor and actress.
Yes.
Reggie Cathy and Margot Martindale, two excellent actors.
Yes.
Presented with Jamie Alexander.
Is she 9 feet tall?
She's
actually 9 feet tall?
I am not that short, thank you.
No, I'm not saying that.
She is in my defense, very tall heels. Her dress also weighs 30 pounds, she was telling me.
Yeah,
the dress is made out of chain metal, apparently.
That's what it looked like, what you were presenting out there, you know. So you read the prompter? You nailed that, by the way, It's not easy to do.
Thank you. It is. They make it as easy as they possibly can.
How big are the letters, like 18 feet tall?
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
Okay.
What's nice is that because you're not a comedian, they don't expect you to be funny, so they don't write jokes for you, which is great.
So you just played it straight?
Literally it's just deadpan.
Yeah, just deadpan. And you didn't have your Adele Dazeem moment like Travolta from the Oscars?
No, that was also great. You VO the nominees beforehand. You pre-tape, so if you screw anything up, you get to do it again. Oh my God, I can only imagine if I butchered somebody's name.
No, you can't. They won't do that.
What about the thing with Kimmel eating the? Did you see that? Did you watch the show?
No, I was deep in Sunday Night Football that night, and my call time is an absurd Sunday morning call time, so I'm dead to the world. But
he was going to announce, I forget which award it was, but it was Best Actor, I want to say, and so he decided he'd play a cute joke and he would eat the name, and pretend as though he was going to create another name. He drew the whole process out another 5 minutes as these poor people had to sit there waiting to see if they won. I felt so bad. I mean, Kimmel's amazing. He's funny, but of course, I felt kind of.
So it didn't play in the room.
I don't know. It was funny. And then I was sort of looking at Jeffrey Tambor, who would go on to win. Who was like 2 rows behind me, and just going, "Oh God,
yeah, let's their heads on their hands."
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotham season 2. You mentioned it for the television audience. Let's bring the radio audience up to date. So this is the rise of the supervillains season.
Yeah, exactly. So we're basically chronicling sort of the creation of a whole new breed of villain. Basically, the first season of the show was the old Gotham with the crime families, the Falcone and Maroni crime families ruling the city. And then at the end of the first season, they'd been dispatched and replaced by Penguin, Robin Lord Taylor. And now we're seeing the creation of the Riddler, our proto-Joker characters in there. It's about the city descending into anarchy. And the crime families, ironically, wanted law and order of some degree, because that's how you get business done.
Sure.
When they're taken care of, the anarchy that ensues creates this sort of power vacuum. And,
bad for business.
And exactly.
It's bad for business.
And all of the baddies come out and play. It's fun. It's a really fun season.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. And so, any guest stars that you
yeah, well, we have amazing, not just guest stars. We have new regulars, including Michael Chiklis, who's going to be the old commish.
I was about to say, is it okay? I mean, do you have battles like who's the real commish?
Right, you know what, Michael?
Come on now.
I honestly, he's such a good guy. He's coming on in well, I can't talk too much about his role, but he's on my side.
Okay.
And so we don't have to battle.
Okay, that's cool. I just want to make sure we can't have commish bashing.
I can't fight with Vic Mackey.
Can't have it. Can't have
fight with
you
Vic Mackey.
You don't want to fight with you unless you have Charlie Strong in that fight.
Indeed.
You know, you need that certainly when you're battling with him.
Yeah.
But I mean, the old school Batman as well. I heard it was sort of like an old school Batman theme they introduced you to.
Yeah, they did last
for the Emmys
night.
on Sunday.
I was so, you're so. Sort of afraid
it's
when you walk on the stage.
I got to be freak out.
I didn't even pay attention, but apparently they walked me out to some Batman. That's a nice touch.
Who's your old school favorite Batman villain from back in the day?
Oh God! I mean, they were all. When I watched the Adam West show, in the afternoon. So they were all so incredibly hokey. I can't.
Because you mentioned Mr. Freeze, who was Vincent Price was Egghead.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Were there King Tut?
King Tut.
King Tut, I forgot.
Do you know? I know the name. This is why I'm afflicted with information that means nothing to nobody except myself.
Right.
Do you remember the actor who played King Tut?
No,
Victor Buono.
Victor Buono
played King Tut.
You nailed it.
And of course, back in the day, that was. But Vincent Price as Egghead.
Amazing.
Can we get Egghead back on the program?
Yeah,
Can we
make a call.
talk to people? Because I mean, I know 2 commissions now. You know, I don't want to get in any battle or anything like that. But thanks for coming back on the show, man.
Rich.
You bet. At Ben_McKenzie. Follow him on Twitter, and of course follow him on Gotham, which season 2 premiered last night, 8 p.m. on Fox. Come on back.
Thanks,
certainly during the playoffs and whenever you come out here in Los Angeles.
I love it.
You bet.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.